Shut the f up and do not talk shit! I will break your glasses with my bare hands if you do not get back inside your house. Do you understand?
That morning, in a quiet residential neighborhood on the outskirts of Springfield, the atmosphere seemed peaceful. The houses were neatly lined up with spacious yards, green grass, and white picket fences. But that peace was suddenly disturbed by the voice of a woman named Mrs. Karen Miller. Mrs. Miller stood on her porch, her arms crossed, her face clearly showed irritation. Her gaze fell on her neighbor, Mr. Thompson, whose yard had become overgrown with weeds. There, a young man named Jake, a college student who lived 2 houses away, was mowing the weeds with a lawnmower. "What the hell?" Mrs. Miller exclaimed in a high-pitched voice. "You have no business on other people's property." Jake stopped the engine and removed his earplugs. He turned around with a confused expression, then smiled politely. "Ma'am, I'm just helping Mr. Thompson. He just got out of the hospital and isn't very good at yard work." Instead of calming down, Mrs. Miller grew even more irritated. "This is a regulated neighborhood. Everything has to follow HOA rules. People will think you're an illegal worker or something." Several neighbors taking their morning walks began to notice Mr. Thompson emerged from his house with the aid of a cane. He smiled weakly and said, "Mrs. Miller, Jake is very kind. He refuses to be paid. He just wants to help." That made Mrs. Miller pause. She hesitated, then cleared her throat. "Well, I just care about the order of the neighborhood," she said, her voice much quieter. Jake started the mower again. Soon, Mr. Thompson's yard was neat and tidy. The weeds were gone, and the yard looked like any other house in the neighborhood. Mrs. Miller watched from afar. She said nothing more, just quietly entered her house. Several neighbors, on the other hand, gave Jake a thumbs up. In a neighborhood filled with rules and suspicion, small acts of kindness still had a place.